What's going on, guys? This is Jigsaw here. Today, what you guys are going to be watching is the second of a three-part mini-series about the three most common reasons people play Call of Duty. Now, before we talk about that, we're going to talk about the gameplay, which is actually relevant to today's topic. This is a game battles match. We're playing MLG variant Search and Destroy on free. I ended up finishing 4-2 with a couple of plants, and we ended up winning 6-0 on this team, so we actually played a really good match. I'm using the MTAR with grip and muzzle brake here, which is pretty standard submachine gun class for competitive players. And I play the objective role for my team, so that's why I get the bomb every time we're on offense. So the second most common reason that people play Call of Duty, in my opinion, is for competition. Now, competitive Call of Duty starts with getting a team together. Whether it's your friends or some guys you met online, whatever, you need to get a team together. And after you think you guys have chemistry and you learn the game, you start to play game battles. I don't know how many of you guys have heard of game battles. It's pretty popular nowadays, so you probably have, but what it essentially is a website where you sign up, you make a team, and you play matches. Now, the matches get ranked, and your overall skill as an individual gets ranked, and pretty much the best players in the world play for game battles, and they stack up there. There's maybe some other websites out there that do the same thing, but definitely Game Battles is the best because it is the biggest and most popular. So after you make a team, you need to start practicing. And you need to practice a lot and play a lot of matches because you need to figure out which game mode is the best for you and which rule set is the best for you. You don't want to be playing an MLG variant match if you can't stand the settings and you need to play default ladder settings. And that's the kind of stuff that you'll learn along the way after you sign up for Game Battles and you start to play a lot. So the next level after that, if you decide that you're pretty good and you want to keep moving on, move up the ladder, you need to start playing tournaments. Now, tournaments can be played on Game Battles, definitely. They have mostly paid tournaments, but you can definitely find some underground tournament websites that will offer free tournaments, and they're always fun to play them. They don't help you as much in advancing up the ladder as far as a well-known competitive Call of Duty player, but they still do help. Now, eventually after that, you're going to start maybe getting some sponsorships with maybe a big name company if you're really lucky, or it could just be a small website maybe, but a sponsorship will definitely help you out. And you might even need to get a new team. Some people figure out that the team that they're with is not the best team for them. It's not going to get them the furthest. So they need to make 1 or 2 roster changes, or even they just need to leave the team altogether. It's happened in the past. It will happen in the future. It's something that happens with competitive Call of Duty. Just like any other sport there is out there, roster changes happen. So if that's something that needs to happen for you, make it happen. So if you're still playing after that level, you're doing well for yourself. You're going to start playing LAN events sponsored by MLG. And if you start playing in those kind of events, you've made it, because at that point you're playing along professional teams with huge sponsorships and well-known names, like Optic, FaZe, Fear, Complexity, Envy, to name a few, and you've probably heard of at least one of those because they're some of the most well-known teams on the planet. So if you're playing alongside them, you've made it. So my advice to you guys is this: if you would like to become good at competitive Call of Duty, you need to work hard a lot. You can't just be playing like maybe an hour a day, something like that, or just get on for like 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon. If you want to get good, you need to commit yourself to it. And no one likes to hear that, but that is the truth. You need to work on things like callouts and strategies. In regards to strategies, you need to figure out who does what and when and on what map. You need to figure out roles within your team. Who's going to play the Slayer role? Who's going to play the objective role? Who's going to play the anchor? Those are the kind of things you figure out within your team, but they are very important. But my biggest piece of advice to you guys would be practice. Practice everything I just said. Practice your one-on-one gun skill. Practice different class setups. Just keep working hard and practice. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already for more awesome content like this to come in the future. This is Jigsaw, signing out.
Nice work, Ghosts.